Hey, how's it? This is the foundation. How about them Cowboys? The Cowboys beat the Miami Dolphins 31-6. Um, a lot of things to like and a lot of things not to like. The first half, I just thought the offense was careless and sloppy. Defense, I thought that it was just a lot of mental errors. And a lot of sloppy play. So in the beginning of the game. Like the first two drives, yeah, it was very solid, was very promising. Like it was like bang, get the ball down the field. Amar gets a touchdown. Get a field goal and all that. So yeah, so it's like, then we got sloppy and all that. Um, that Dak touch, that touchdown, the Dak interception. Like I wasn't, to be honest, I did the whole, what the hell are you doing? But at the same time too, it's like, I'm not gonna kill him for that one because remember before we used to go, at least try and chuck it down the field. Like this, like at least try it at some time. And because you never know pass interference, or you never know, the guy might come up with the ball. I'll make a play on the ball. Trust the playmakers. Trust the playmakers. But then so that's why I'm not gonna kill him, because if I'm gonna encourage it, then I mean, he just has to balance it out. That was a little bit too careless for my for my liking, but it was a little bit too careless. So that's one thing he's gonna have to balance out. Like, yeah, I should take a chance here. Nah, this one, nah. You know, make sure that the only he can get him and all that kind of stuff. Or the playmaker can get him. And like there was a couple things that could have happened. This is why, like, there's a lot of things not to like. You know, just taking your mind off the Des catch and the rules of and all that kind of crap. I thought that touchdown was a touchdown. I mean, the granted was that Cheeto was looking like he was fighting the whole way, so you can kind of see, like, he doesn't have position, and then he just gets it out, and all that. But I thought it was a touchdown. Like, if they would have scored, if they would have called touchdown, and they would have said, "Oh, let's review the play," I would have been like, "That's a touchdown," I wouldn't have been wild about that. And then then the drop pass, that could have been a touchdown. So again, a lot of things could have been different in this game. We fortunately got some breaks and everything like that. But then in the second half, we turned it on. It's unfortunate that Cobb, man. I mean, that was, like, if that was a play that was to stand, that would be like this. Now I know it's over. But the Cowboys, you know, this, Devin Smith. Devin Smith is this, like, couple catches, but that one play was a great play. It. I mean, he got some yards after the catch, and he took advantage of when his number is called. Man, Amar Cooper, though, he's a surgeon. In that route running. I mean, that the touchdown, the big play, in the first catch and all that he had. So he's just a surgeon when it comes to his route running and all that. Again, Cobb, he did what he needed to do, you know. And then Zeke, this overall, this, like, him and Cooper was like, Cooper got two touchdowns, and it's like, okay, Cowboys scored, it's like, not, it's like, cool, it wasn't like, that whole thing. And then Zeke is like 125 yards, and it's like, wow, it's like, it's kind of like that. And then this is one other argument I got to with Cowboys fans, and couple Cowboy fans. They was like, oh, you should give the ball Zeke more, because he could have probably had 200 yards and all that kind of stuff. Then he could have retaken the lead on the rushing title and all. I go, I don't care about that. It's beyond that already. Like, this thing right now, is like, if Zeke naturally got 200 yards, or the game called for it, like, let's say this game was closer and we needed Zeke to get 10 more carries and possibly get the 200 yards, then I get it. But this was unnecessary. We need Zeke for those ugly games. We need Zeke when it really, 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 really matters and all that. It could have been in this game, but it fortunately wasn't. So don't force the issue, kind of thing for me. And the thing is, I've been trying to drill this, is that Pollard, I want Pollard to succeed. I want Pollard to be a threat as a weapon, because when Zeke is out of the game, or whenever like in the past was like, oh, he's in the game now because of Kellen Moore's style. Now you got Pollard in the game, and then all of a sudden the defense is like, oh no, that's what I want. I want them to go. That's that little hesitation. Like, dang it, you want to focus on Zeke, and you just take your eyes off of him just for a second, because you gotta look at Pollard just for a second. So that's the thing. And I was happy that he. I was very happy for him that he got the touchdown. He got his one called back last week and all that. Defensively, Cheeto, was good. He's just you kind of how kind of those things they say. Like, style makes fights and all that. I think Parker was just a type of guy that could take advantage of Cheeto, and because look, Byron Jones was brilliant in this game. So I Anthony Brown, I gotta give props to him. He had a good game and all that. Other than the penalty, but I thought that he had a good game overall. Um, and then again, the Cowboy bad penalties, but then Jalen Smith came up with a huge strip, forced fumble, and got the D-Law got the recovery. Um, Again, our pass rush got to step up. Hopefully that the way it was very encouraging to see um, Quinn get a lot of pressure and everything like that. He was getting a lot of he was beating his guy consistently and all that. So hopefully that when that starts to happen, you see D Law getting the how that D Law got his sack and all that, and how Millie Collins got his sack. That's what he can provide and all that. And then next thing they start shifting, and then D Law can take advantage of one-on-ones and all that. So yeah, uh, got a tough opponent. That opponent. That's why don't overlook these games. You know, New Orleans. Probably nobody picked them to win. I didn't pick them to win. Going to Seattle and win, and they actually dominated the Seahawks. So yeah, cannot take up cannot can cannot take for granted any of these things and all that. All right, mahalo for watching, Paniella boys, and like always, go Cowboys.